What is air pollution? Air pollution is the introduction into the atmosphere of chemicals, particulates, or biological materials that cause discomfort, disease, etc. to humans. Damage other living things such as food crops or damage the natural environment or built environment. Example that leads to air pollution. If we burn down trees, the smoke and harmful gases produced would then cause air pollution. How to decrease air pollution? That is by deforestation. We stop burning down trees. Instead, we should chop them down and make them into paper so that we do not waste them. Effects of air pollution. Air pollution can create acidic compounds which can cause harm to vegetation and buildings. When the water droplets become acidic, they become acid rain. When acid rain falls over the area, it can kill trees and harm animals, fish, and other wildlife. How is life on Earth affected by air pollution? All forms of life are affected by air pollution. Air pollution affects human health. It can cause lung malfunction and cardiovascular disease. Certain contaminants also found in the atmosphere contribute to acid rain and damage the ozone layer. This causes damage to plant life like food crops and trees. It can also cause skin cancer in humans. Health effects. Some individuals are much more sensitive to pollutants than are others. Air pollution can affect our health in many ways, with both short-term and long-term effects. Many different chemicals in the air affect the human body in negative ways. Older people are highly vulnerable to diseases induced by air pollution. Those with heart or lung disorders are under additional risk. Children and infants are also at a serious risk. Air pollution, just as ozone, nitrogen oxide, and sulfur dioxide, also have harmful effects on natural ecosystems. They can kill plants and trees by destroying their leaves, and can kill animals, especially fish, and highly pollute rivers. Air pollution affects upon the elderly. Why? Because elderly people are at risk because they have been exposed to a pollutant for a long time. Climate change. What is climate? Climate, on the other hand, is more than just 1 or 2 rainy days. Climate describes the weather conditions that are expected in a region at a particular time of year. Is it usually rainy or usually dry? It is typically hot or typically cold? A region's climate is described by observing its weather over a period of many years, generally 30 years or more. So what is climate change? Climate change describes a change in the average conditions such as temperature and rainfall in a region over a long period of time. For example, 20,000 years ago, much of the United States was covered in glaciers. In the United States today, we have a warmer climate and fewer glaciers. Global climate change refers to the average long-term changes over the entire Earth. These include warming temperatures and changes in precipitation, as well as effects of Earth's warming, such as rising sea levels, shrinking mountains, glaciers, ice melting at a faster rate than usual in Greenland, Antarctica, and Arctic, changes in flower and plant blooming times. Earth's climate has a constant been changing even long before humans come into the picture. However, scientists have observed unusual changes recently. For example, Earth's average temperature has been increasing much more quickly than they would expect over the past 150 years. What causes the Earth's climate to change? The geological records show that there have been a number of large variations in Earth's climates. These have been caused by many natural factors, including changes in the sun, emissions from volcanoes, variation in Earth's orbit, and levels of carbon dioxide. Global climate change has typically occurred very slow, over thousands or millions of years. However, researchers show that the current climate is changing more rapidly than shown in geological records. Climate change include both the global warming driven by human emissions of greenhouse gases and the resulting large-scale shifts in weather patterns. There have been previous periods of climatic change. Since the mid-20th century, humans have had unprecedented impact of Earth's climate system and caused climate change on a global scale. The largest driver of warming is the emission of greenhouse gases, of which more than 90% of carbon dioxide and methane. Fossil fuel burning for energy consumption is the main source of these emissions. with additional contribution from agriculture, deforestation, and industrial processes. The human cause of climate change is not disputed by any scientific body of the national or international standing. Temperature rise is accelerated or tempered by climate feedbacks, just as laws of sunlight reflecting snow and ice cover, increased water vapor, greenhouse gas itself, and changes to land and ocean carbon sinks.